All right, this is Eric with Sharkies, whatever it is. I'm going to review a or Whiskey Myers' latest album. It came out September 27th of last year, 2019, before this COVID bullshit happened. I'm going to start doing these with the national acts instead of writing it out, because I feel with the national acts, I can get like a lot better written, but with the local acts, sorry. And but with the national albums like Whiskey Myers, that are big, I'm gonna start doing them on these and try to do at least one a week, On the local albums, local artist albums, I do the producer and or try to who produced it, where it was mixed, where it was produced, if there was any extra musicians. But with this, I'm not gonna do that because honestly, I don't think that many people really give a damn about who the sound and stuff. I do, but I'm different. So, but just the fans I'm just gonna do a little background of the band and then do the album review. So this is Whiskey Myers' self-titled album. It's their fifth album, studio album. They haven't got no live albums yet. I've seen them 3 or 4 times, I think. Before I get into actual facts and stuff, first time I seen them, I got my hat, Whiskey Myers. But the first time I seen them, I was going to watch Hank Williams Jr., Bocephus, and they had 2 opening acts. 38 Special, which I've seen before. They're a great Southern rock band that went from really Southern rock to more rock. The more albums they put out. And then Whiskey Myers. And I was fucking blown away by them. I'd never seen such a tight band from a new band, you know what I mean? And just their energy on stage and just they're young, they're young, They may be about my age, I don't know. But and first time I've ever done that, or very few times that I've ever went up to the merch table and got a CD or an album without actually listening to the rest of their music, because it was just so damn good. Their live shows were fucking awesome. And the sad part is, I've listened to a lot of music in my day, and I hate to say this, but to me, they put on a better live show than Crosscut and Ragweed does, or Coda Kane The Departed. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't. They're just, to me, Ragweed and Coda Kane The Departed, whatever you want to call them, is more red dirt, and they're more folk. Ragweed's leans more towards the folk and alternative rock. They could go maybe a little bit like Grateful Dead type music and, Bob Dylan type music and, just more folk rock. But Whiskey Myers is kick-ass rock and roll. There's very few slow songs, but the ones they do have kick major fucking ass. So anyways, that was, probably it was before I really started getting into stuff like this, reviewing bands and shows and albums and stuff like that. So, but anyways, their self-titled album came out. Oh, sorry, I got a cat. And, September 27th of last year, people were very anticipated to get this album, so was I. And I'm ready for the next album. And hopefully with this COVID stuff goes away pretty quickly. Oh my God, I'm so tired of this COVID crap. But anyways, just to give you a little background, they're one of my favorite bands. Ragweed is still my favorite band. it's the band that got me into what I'm doing now, and if it weren't for Ragweed, I wouldn't have found half the people that I listen to, but that I'm getting thrown off. But anyways, Whiskey Myers is a sextet, six-piece band. I think that's how you say it, sextet. Cody Cannon on lead vocals and rhythm lead and acoustic guitar. John Jeffries on lead guitar, slide guitar, lap steel, and vocals. Cody Tate, the guy with the big beard, is lead and rhythm guitar. So they almost got kind of like that Leonard Skinner three guitar attack stuff, because just awesome. If you hadn't seen Whiskey Myers, you're missing fucking out. I'm sorry, but you are. Then James Gleaves is on bass. He's the newest bass player since 2017. And then there's Jeff Hogg on drums. Then Tony Kent on percussion. And percussion and drums are different. Percussion's like tambourine, cowbell. If you don't know who they are, Tony Kent's the one that's banging the cowbell. The original bass player was Gary Brown, which was actually Cody Cannon's cousin, but I couldn't find out why he left or, what happened. But I think it was on an independent label, was their first album, Road of Life, that came out in 2008. And I don't think there was any, number ones or single. I don't know if there was singles on it. I couldn't find anything on it. But, and then 2011 is Firewater, it made the top 30. It was on Wiki Thump Records, and the biggest single, or their first single, A Ballad of a Southern Man. No, I sound like I'm preaching or something, but anyway, is one of the reasons why it went up the chart, and then February 4th, or Valentine's Day of 2014, Early Morning Shakes came out. That was kind of more of a bluesy record, if I remember correctly. I hadn't listened to that in a long time, but there's a lot more blues songs on that album. And then, of course, their album, or self-titled Whiskey Myers album. They are influenced by Leonard Skinner, Waylon Jennings, and Hank Williams Jr. the most. They were also called Lucky Southern before they switched to Whiskey Myers. And I do not know how they came up with Whiskey Myers. If anyone knows that, let me know, because I've researched it, but I don't want to say it is, or because I've heard 2 or 3 different stories. I heard they got the deal from an old drunk. I don't know though. And in 2018, 2 years ago, they were featured in 4 episodes of Yellowstone. They're from Palestine, Texas, just good old country boys. I've gotten my guitar signed by the band. Very nice, very nice people. So, hopefully, they're very humble from what I've heard. I hadn't talked to them that much after shows. I'd love to write songs with them one day, because I'm an aspiring songwriter. But, I just hope, I'm the way with all art, that I hope all artists, stay humble, and because the fans are what keeps their career going. But anyways, let's get to the matter at hand. We're going to talk about the album. Whiskey Myers has 14 tracks on it, and they're slow songs and upbeat songs and all kinds of songs, songs for everybody out there, It kicks off with a kick-ass rocker named Die Rockin', which is about how they're going to die rockin', playing rock and roll music. Like I said, there's a lot of Southern influence, a lot of blues, And if you haven't seen the video, their music video for Ray Rolly Hubbard quotes, and I wanted to get this right, so I wrote it down correctly. He says, "You guys were too young to have invented rock and roll, but you own it, now. So, it's just a kick-ass rock and roll, get the juices flowing for a badass rock and good time." Then it goes into an upbeat love song called Mona Lisa. It's about love, about God, and no matter what goes on down on this earth, because they talk, in one of the verses, they talk about how, we might be getting into a war here pretty soon, but whatever it is, the two people that are in love are going to stay together. Then it goes into another love song, which I think Cody wrote about his wife. I'm not for sure, don't quote me on that, but it's about being faithful while he's on the road, and that there's no other woman except for his wife, and they just had a baby too. So I think it's them. Cody and his wife just had a baby. I think John Jeffries and his wife she's pregnant, I think. So then on the fourth song, it goes back. It's a song called "Bitch," and it's one, and everybody does it. That's like the outsiders of country music or music, like legit music in general. Or not original. It's a slap in the face to commercial pop country crap. It's the same old shit, same old riff, same old lyric, this and bullshit. And actually John Jeffries sings that song. So Cody just plays and Jeffries just plays the lead. Or sings the lead, sings the lead. And then on Gasoline, I consider it kind of a religious song. This is just my take. You can take it any way you can. The first chorus is about getting the basic things you need just in case the world goes to hell. Kind of what it's doing right now. You don't know what's going to happen one day to the next. You got riots in the street and, just that both political parties just fighting with each other and no one's getting along and people killing people just for the hell of it, and there's not a lot of good moral people. I mean, there's a God, but God's getting tired, and then the second verse is more about, how some people are out of work. And the only thing they do is to cope is to do drugs, and sell drugs, and it's kind of a sad song, upbeat sad song. But I like it. But I don't, it's weird, because I'm a happy guy. But I like the sad songs. It's just, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I like happy songs too, don't get me wrong. But, to me, usually sad songs just make a point or something like that, make a point and really make your ear bend, you know what I mean? And, it's just not the same old shit, And then the sixth song on the album is Bury My Bones, which I think was poorly written by Cody Tate or John Jeffries. I can't remember. But it's about, just if he dies young, bury me in my home place, Don't throw me no funeral. Don't cry when I'm gone. Just, put me with my ancestors and, be happy with the times that we had. And I really liked the way they did it when they made the video because it was more pointed towards us Army men and servicemen. Men not being able to come home and women not being able to come home after fighting wars, And I'd like to thank all the veterans and active members out there right now because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here today and be free. I mean, I know a lot of people have a lot of grim hope right now, but God's got it covered. So anyways, yes, I'm a little bit religious. So just take it as it comes or not. I don't care. The seventh song, "Glitter Ain't Gold," is it's about not being fake and sticking to your guns and being yourself and not trying to do anything just to impress everybody. You know what I mean? Be individual. Be yourself. The eighth song, "Houston County Sky," is more of a mellower song, I should say. And it's about hang on, let me get my notes here. Sorry. It's about wanting to leave, but just sticking around just because you don't see any other way out. You're not really happy with your life, but it's not bad. So you just stay, and it's like about the guy that just, or the person just don't want to get out, and because he's afraid of failure. That's what I get out of it. Nine, "A Little More Money." That's probably my favorite. This is probably my favorite song on the album. Is "Little More Money." I actually am writing in the midst of writing a novel loosely based on this song. But "A Little More Money" is about saving up the money to get the hell out of Dodge. You're tired of this town, tired of the people, tired of the same old shit, tired of the same old, and it's just, and then in the second, or in the bridge, I think I break stuff down. I'm weird. He starts to question God. Like, is there more to life than there is in this little bitty town? With, you got the guy selling his grandma's pills, and the girl prostituting herself out. You really don't say that, but I kind of get that feeling in the song, and if there is a way, help us out, God. And then the 10th song, "California to Caroline." Okay, anyways. Okay, no. Okay, sorry. I got confused for a minute, but anyways, next one is "California to Caroline." And honestly, I don't know what the song's about. I got more of an abstract concept out of this song because it sounds like it's about a stripper but by the end of the day, he just writes another song about her. But it's also about her, living on the road. I don't know, because I kind of made it abstract to kind of, I guess, take what the listener gets out of it. I get it as like it's a stripper that they're just on the road all the time, and everything's become the same old, but it's just the life they live. "Kentucky Gold," that's another good song. It's about a gold digger that dig and go figure, gold digger. But that's his only job. He don't see a way out. But by God, if I die in the mines, you better get me out of this hole. That's what it. It's just a great song about hardworking people. And I think, if I remember correctly, I know I'm going off track here again, but it's Jason Bourne has one of his album called "Down Here in the Hole," is when there's a bunch of miners trapped in the hole few years back. But anyways, and then the next song, the 12th song on the track, is called "Running." That's another good song. It's about never slowing down, but and just keep living and never slowing down, never really settling down, thinking about it, but you probably won't. Hammer, the next song is about hardworking people. you come home from a hard day's work, you know, your wife's like, well, this is broke, that's broke, you fix it, but you still have to make time to make love to your wife and, you know, play with your kids and all this other stuff. You know, still have family time. And the last song is a slow song, which I love slow songs. Probably the slowest one on here. It's called Bad Weather. And what I got out of it was that it's a marriage that's on the rocks or about a couple about being divorced. So that's my take on Whiskey Myers' self-titled album. I'm going to probably do Koe Wetzel next time. Koe Wetzel's, whatever his new album, I cannot remember what his new album's called. The newest one. I'm going to do that, and I'll see y'all later.